Hey guys, this video is about the three states of matter. Alright, so let's take a look at each one at a time. Alright, the first one is a solid. Now, solid is a form of matter that has definite shape and volume. Okay, what definite shape and volume means, it's not going to change. It's permanently going to be fixed. Shape and a fixed volume. The volume is not going to increase or decrease, and the shape is not going to change. Okay, so solids are not easily compressed and the particles are tightly packed. Okay, so let's take an example like quartz. All right, quartz is also known as silicon dioxide. In New Jersey, there's lots of quartz. Okay, it keeps its size and shape regardless of the container it is in. So if you take a piece of sand, drop it in one container, it's going to stay the same size and shape. Take it out, put it in another container, it's not going to change. So solids have definite shape and volume. All right. Now let's look at the second one, liquid. A liquid is a form of matter that has indefinite shape but definite volume. Okay. Now, liquids, if you measure out 100 mLs of water, okay, you can pour that water from one container to the next. It'll take the shape of any container that you put it in. However, you will always have that 100 mLs. So the volume is definite. Okay, particles of liquid are not easily compressed. Also, the particles are free to move slightly. Okay, so for example, water, it takes the shape of its container, but its volume will not change. Okay, last one is a gas. Is a form of matter that has indefinite shape and volume. Okay, now gases are a little tricky at first. Okay, now let's talk about the next bullet here. Easily compressed. Gases can be pressed into many different sizes of containers. You can have a large container or a small container. You can push gas into a large container and you can push gas into a small container. Okay, so they're going to have an indefinite shape because you can compress them into many different size containers. Okay, and that also leads to indefinite volumes. Now gases, because they are compressible, all right, their volumes can change. Okay, we're going to talk about that later in the gas laws about volume and pressure relation. Okay, now if you look at a container when you go to the party store or dollar store to fill up a balloon, that container of gas is helium under great pressure. Helium is pushed into that tank. Pushed in, pushed in, pushed in, pushed in until that tank can no longer hold any more gas. So it is under high pressure. Okay? Now, looking at the next bullet, it says particles move past one another freely as if no stress. Okay? So particles usually when they're out of the container, out from great pressure, they're going to flow past each other quite freely. Okay? When you put gases into a container, they're going to bump into each other more often. Okay, you increase the pressure. You're going to increase the amount of collisions. Okay, now, example, air. Its volume can be compressed into any size container and takes the shape of any container. So I have a little air compressor. There's a little tiny tank. When I turn it on, the air compressor compresses air and pushes it into that tank. It's called a hot dog compressor. It's the shape of a hot dog. So that compressor pushes air into that hot dog container. So it takes the shape of a hot dog container. Okay. If I take that container off and put a square box, it'll take the square box. Okay. All right. So those are the three states of matter you need to be familiar with. Okay. So we're going to stop right there.